Good morning. This is Diana Shad with the Family Business Alliance. Today I'm here with Bruce Osterhaven from Big O Smokehouse. Bruce, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, good. So I wanted to start with you just telling us a little bit about your business and how it got started.
My family has been in the food business for 5 generations now. So my great-grandpa started in it, and then my grandpa, he started working with him and then made an offshoot with his own company, and he ended up having his dad work for him. But he started Superior Foods. Over time, my dad worked at Superior for, I think, 25 years, and then he went and started Big O Smokehouse with my grandpa as an offshoot of Superior Seafoods.
Okay.
Well, it was Seafoods, and now it's Superior Foods. But
Okay.
so now, yeah, it was a complementary business, so we can do smoked fish as our main business, and then we also have expanded into beef jerky and beef sticks, a whole variety of other things.
And are most of your products local beef and local fish, or do you expand throughout the nation?
We work with a lot of local people and suppliers, and then there's also, we buy things through Gordon's and, yeah, a variety of places.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that process. How does that actually work with smoking the products?
There's different processes and procedures, and it's a whole big can of worms, so we could go on for hours and hours. I'm
Do
sure
you have
if
a
I got
large
into
facility where you do it right at your facility then?
Compared to a lot of food businesses, it's pretty small, but big enough to try to cover all the food safety aspect. We have grown and expanded, and we used to have a restaurant that we leased out to in the front end, and in the last 3 years we took over that front space and are doing more of a market in that restaurant area, and also have a bigger ready-to-eat packaging room. So,
okay.
yeah.
And do you market online as well, or is it mostly just your store?
Right now, just our store. I'd like to break into online, but it's also foreign to us and our family, so we would need to find that key person to help head that up. So.
Okay. How many do you currently have working with the business now?
There's around 20.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And how many family members?
4 are pretty much full-time. My mom and dad are backing out now because my brother and I have just worked out a deal with my parents about a year ago. So
okay.
They're still heavily involved, but they're trying to back out too. So
Did you work with the business when you were younger? Or is this something you grew up doing?
I started in 2001 when I
Okay.
graduated from high school. Yeah, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do for college and stuff, and I enjoyed doing this, so I saw opportunity there, and yeah, just went with it. Tried to keep learning, and it's all pretty unique, so a lot of it's just on the job, and that's the way we are with a lot of our employees too. But we're starting to grow into hopefully looking for more of different positions at like marketing and
It sounds like there's a lot of
different
opportunity to grow the
Yeah.
business.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity, and there's a lot of room that we can expand. So
Good. Well, tell me a little bit about the name. Who is Big O?
Big O was my grandpa Bruce. My name's Bruce too, but Grandpa Bruce, his friends called him Big O, and when they were looking for a name for this place, and my grandma, I think, suggested, how about Big O? So yeah, that's what they went with.
Okay. Well, good.
Yeah.
Good. So we were looking at some of your social media, and you seem to have a really strong connection with your employees. And there was a post about sending somebody off for their military service. Do you think that your connection to your employees has anything to do with the family dynamic? And can you talk a little bit more about your engagement with your employees?
Yeah, it is a family atmosphere, and we have had a lot of employees that when we hire, a lot of people we know, but there's people from outside the business too. But with the family members, there's a lot of times where we have like a brother that if he is just working with us through high school and stuff, then he'll kind of fill his replacement with another brother or sibling and stuff. So it's not just our family, but other families that are a part of it too.
So you've gone back, you said 5 generations. Do you see that you're seeing the grandchildren of people who worked with you 50 years ago? Do you have any kind of that connection with any of your employees?
There is a little bit of that. And then, now my daughter's 12 now, and she's starting to get into it too. So
now tell me about that. What do you have her doing? I've got a teenage daughter as well.
She is just helping out on the market, and she will help run things through the register, and yeah.
That's great.
She enjoys it, so yeah, who knows what'll happen there, but right now she really likes it and can make a little bit of money, so.
Yeah, fun to keep her involved. One of my first jobs was at a family farm stand, and those kids would start probably from the time they were 10 years old, working at the marketplace and really getting to know the business. So it's a great experience for her.
Yep, it's good, and yeah, she hears me talking and stuff, so she already has a good feel for what's going on. So it's kind of nice to be able to plug her in.
Is
So
she an only, or do you have other children too?
I have 4 kids.
Okay.
3 girls and 1 boy.
Okay, so you got a good staff to work with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, good. So we were saying there's so many small local businesses in the Grand Rapids area. What do you think sets you apart and kind of gives you an advantage over other businesses?
Um, I think that one of the nice things about being a family business is it's nice and kind of not so nice at the same time, is that you're kind of forced to work out issues and communicate better, because it's not like you can just run away from it. You got to keep sticking with it and work through any of those problems that you might have. I think that's an advantage, because you just need to work the issues out and figure out a way to make everybody happy.
So you mentioned, having your daughter work there and having different generations. Are there other things with the family that you do to kind of keep that family atmosphere even in your marketplace and make it a welcoming place for people to come to?
There's a lot of customers that are just regular customers, and you get to know everybody, and it's just a part of the community. I think a little bit now. We've been there for quite a while, and a lot of times if we have customers that come in, and they'll recommend a kid or something that wants a job, so
Okay.
can work together.
Do you do things like gift baskets and things like that as well?
Yeah, we do party platters and some gift baskets and stuff. Yep.
Okay, that's good to know. The holidays are coming up.
Yep, and that's out of our market. That we do more of that, and then we also, a big part of the business is the wholesale smoked fish and stuff. So we're working with more, local small mom and pop shops, but also a few that we're trying to get some more retail packaging in too. So.
And they sell that kind of like in gourmet shops that you can take home and enjoy for the holidays?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, we talked a little bit about maybe going online, but what are other ways that you see your business adapting and changing as time goes on?
We, right now, trying to keep up with all the food safety standards and all of those things, we've adopted a new food safety program where it's all on tablets and stuff, and we're able to, it's more interactive and not just the papers as much. So that's been an adjustment, because our business is so unique and kind of complicated, but we're able to keep moving forward with that, and that's been nice, trying to get up to date with the technology on that.
Do you have a lot of just state regulation or federal regulation as well?
We are, the state comes in and they'll do audits on us, but then we're also FDA inspected too.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how technology has changed things over time.
Yeah, I think they were happy the last time they were in. So, yeah, and there's always room for growth, but I think it's been a positive change, and we can keep moving forward and hopefully, grow into the future with that. So.
Are you fairly regional with your distribution now? You mentioned to mom and pop shops, or do you go outside the state of Michigan as well?
It's mostly Michigan, but there's a few places outside of Michigan, and that's where we're looking for opportunities in other places too. So
wonderful. Well, tell me a little bit about your involvement in FBA and our peer groups and how that's helped your family with the business.
I have been a part of a peer group for almost a year now, and that's been a huge blessing, and it's nice to get together with that group of people, because they kind of get what's going on, and it's really nice that they've been through a lot of things, and there's a variety of sizes of companies that are involved in my peer group. So it's nice that some of the guys have been through some things, how to work with people on different things with HR, and I mean the whole gamut of setting up your whole business structure. So
it's nice to have both the business perspective and then the family perspective too. You get a little bit of both with the peer groups, which is nice. So tell me, what's the most important lesson you learned from your father while watching him run the business? And your mother too. It sounds like your mother was very involved as well.
Yep. My mom has been a big part of it, and my dad, I think that from my dad's side of things, he's been very good at detailing things out, and setting procedures, and he's more that mindset than me. So that's been a blessing that we've been able to complement each other too in that aspect, and that's where my brother is more detailed than I too. But my dad is, he's been really good about just all the processes and figuring out ways to detail out procedures and move things forward on that end. So that's one thing that I'd like to keep going down keep moving forward on that aspect.
Good, good. Well, it sounds like anything with food industry, having those processes and procedures would be pretty important.
Oh yeah.
Paying attention to the details is
Yeah.
very important. So,
Yep.
so before we close, any last words of wisdom for fellow family businesses and either owning a smaller business or working with the family members?
I think the peer group, that's one thing that has been huge. I really enjoy that, and it's nice getting together with like-minded people, and that have been through some of the things that I'm going through. So, and it's easy to talk to them. And then one thing that I've been, since my brother and I have taken over a little bit more, is just trying to keep my cool and, keeping on improving our procedures and building on the systems that we have. So that's one thing that I think constantly got to keep looking at and improving, and also that people are capable of a lot more than what even they know. So keeping your cool helps me, which is not easy, especially when you throw the family aspect of things in there, because we all get each other worked up. But
Right.
trying to just keep that going and keep building people. And
We have a tagline for our peer group so that it's cheaper than therapy.
yeah.
And I think sometimes that really, family businesses can get complicated. So it's always good to have resources to turn to. So,
Yep, absolutely.
well, thank you so much for being here. It was great talking with you, and I'm really glad you were able to join us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.